sweet girl.
A mother's first words to her daughter that she could hear. The little one-year-old hearing for the very first time at a Boston hospital. And with that, little Elise Bradshaw becomes the youngest person in the U.S. to ever receive an auditory brainstem implant.
Our Dr. Mallika Marshall is here now with the astounding story. What an incredible moment.
Isn't that so sweet?
Oh, it's beautiful.
A daughter hearing her mother's voice for the first time. Elise was born deaf. She could hear nothing. Her medical problems meant a traditional cochlear implant wouldn't work. But then she was enrolled in a pediatric clinical study at Mass Eye and Ear. Doctors there performed complex and delicate brain surgery that worked. This cell phone recording captures the miracle moment. An audiologist has activated the implant and is testing whether little Elise Bradshaw can now hear.
I was just a nervous wreck going into that room that it wasn't going to work.
But it did.
I couldn't stop grinning for probably 3 days. I was just smiling ear to ear.
Her parents, Jill and Jason Bradshaw, were ecstatic.
It's so emotional. I love you. That's all you can say is I love you, you know.
Can you hear me, Elise?
Oh yeah, you hear him?
Hey! It makes the world a lot bigger to her now than it would have been.
This is where the work begins, the work of learning how to hear for the first time.
Dr. Daniel Lee and a team from Mass Eye and Ear performed the auditory brainstem implant in March, just before Elise turned 1. Because she was born without hearing nerves, a cochlear implant wouldn't help her. But the brainstem implant does by stimulating the brain directly.
It converts sound to an electronic signal, and that signal is then sent to the brain by way of an electrode that's placed on the surface of the brain.
And for the first time, Elise hears, though not the same as we do. So now she has to learn to interpret the signals.
It would mean the world to me for her to be able to say I love you and hear me to say I love her.
I love you. I love you.
So sweet. Well, the hope is that Elise will be able to understand spoken words in the future. No one can tell how much success she'll have. But if the clinical trial succeeds, it's possible the implant will be approved for young children. Right now, it's only approved for teens and adults, but 2 more surgeries on young kids are scheduled at Mass Eye and Ear in the coming months. We were talking about just what an incredible place we live in, that there's all of this technology available to us.
God love it.
All around. All right. Thank you, Mallika. We appreciate it.
And do you have any questions or story ideas?